Sure. Let's go over rent. Sorry for formatting errors. I live with my husband and my good friend in a huge apartment. We have a third bedroom we used as a craft, hobby room. This past spring my best friend was going through some hard things at home. His parents found out he was bi and he's part of a very strict religion with no tolerance for the LGBT+ community. So after talking with my housemates we invited him to come live with us. To say he was grateful was an understatement. He cried like big, manly, ribcage-racking sobs. He moved in immediately. The first month was great. I told him I wasn't going to charge him rent the first month because he had moving expenses and his parents were kind of extorting him for money and use of his SUV. The written expectation we all signed was rent, utilities, and the cost of one big meal per day divided by 4. I wrote it all down as rent, $1,800 per 4. Gas and electric, between $100 minus $150 per 4. Monthly grocery cost for 4 adults, $400 per 4. Evenly split, $537 per month. He agreed and promised to pay it by the first of every month starting in May. Well, as things usually go, that first month was as good as it got. He cooked and cleaned, made me coffee in the mornings, helped take care of my cat and my fish tank, and was always super friendly and understanding. By the end of April he approached me and said he didn't think he could pay full rent that month. His parents said he owed them $6,000 and they hadn't given him his car back. He was WFH due to the pandemic, and just all sorts of trouble. I said no problem. We had been getting along fine without him and he hadn't ever lied to me or given me reason to doubt him. $300 for food and utilities was fine. Things got shitty as they usually do. He kept demanding more of my time to talk about his feelings. Got jealous when I spent time with my husband alone and started asking if I was mad at him. Like literally every day. Developed a big crush on our other roommate and tried to woo her and was crushed when she said no. Started eating our private food. Criticizing my way of doing things without offering constructive feedback. The electricity spiked to over $300 because he left his lights and 3 computers on all the time. He caused a $50 overage fee for our Wi-Fi. I asked him to pay the difference and he did, but complained that we needed unlimited internet so he could do his job. I said okay, but he'd be on the hook for the extra charge. Things got worse, but they were still workable. I figured it was just him adjusting to living with other people. In July he sat me down and said we needed to change our rent agreement. He felt he was paying too much for his share and his sister in Arkansas said that his portion was outrageous, and that their household bills were less than $1,400 a month for a mortgage and a family of 5 people. So obviously I was trying to wring him for money. So we went over the bills. Turns out I had made a mistake. He was absolutely right. The correct breakdown should have been rent, $1,800 per 4. I had typed in $1,600 on my calculator originally. Gas, electric, $320 per 4. Internet, $90 per 4 plus $25 extra for his unlimited high speed. Groceries, $400 per 4. His new monthly payment was $677. I rounded down the change because I'm a good friend. He stayed 3 more months before getting traumatized by my other roommate after she brought a date home and broke his heart. We're still best friends. We just figured that we didn't mesh well living together. TLDR. Friend moved in with me and complained about the high rent bills and demanded we look it over. Turns out I was undercharging him by $140 per month. His sister in Arkansas said that his portion was outrageous, and that their household bills were less than $1,400 a month for a mortgage and a family of 5 people. Because the cost of living is exactly the same across the whole of the USA. The two of you didn't mesh well? No. He was being juvenile, selfish, greedy, and not respecting boundaries. He needs to grow up. The issue may not have been with his parents but himself. Assuming that you only have his side of the situation. After reading your post, I have no reason to believe him. He needs to grow up, lol. Good riddance to him. Could be a reasonably good friend, but he was a crap roommate. I think anyone who's had more than a few roommates feels this story. Some of my best roommates were little more than acquaintances. And some of my worst were dear friends. Makes one wonder what stories people are telling about living with me. No good deed goes unpunished. He doesn't really sound to me like someone worth staying friends with after. $577 for rent and utilities? Where do I sign? Mortgage, electricity, food, cable, Wi-Fi here in central Connecticut for 2 people is about $2,000. Easy. That doesn't include food. About another $150. So $2,200. That varies wildly in our little state. This friend is under 30. Right? Maybe 25 or under? He has growing up to do. He wasn't ready to move out from his family home. In that he was forced to rather than looking to. And he seems to have issues talking to women without getting romantically attached. Helping a good friend either goes very well or very bad. Recently went through something similar that ended up costing me $5,000 and him telling me that I'm the worst friend ever and he wished we'd never met. As close as I've gotten to MC. We're no longer friends. A tough and expensive lesson to learn for sure. I refuse to let him steal my patience, generosity, and faith though. Most people are good. Did you ever get paid? Personally, I would have thrown this leech out a lot earlier. I found out the hard way that sometimes people can't live together. Best friends or not, some people can't live together. I made a conscious decision to never live with a friend. Made friends with many roommates over the years. But never once lost a friend to rooming issues. Finally broke that rule when I got a place with my GF. Now wife. But that hardly counts.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.